Guys?
Hi. Just wondering if you have an update on Chason and what actually happened with his, looked like his shoulder.
No update just yet. Little collision there, so we'll let our doctors take a look at him. We'll have a clearer picture, I'm sure, by tomorrow morning.
You get to see these guys in a game situation tomorrow. I wonder what the message is going to be or what you press on them heading into that game.
Well, I think all these young men are in camp for a reason, and we want them to play towards their strengths. We've spent the last 2 days going over just minimal parts of structure to give them some sort of a game plan. We realize it's heading into the game tomorrow night. It's the third day of the year for this group. So we know there's going to be mistakes made. That's okay. It's about how we respond to mistakes, how we learn from mistakes, and continue to get better each day. I think that's what the message is. Try to play towards some type of structure, but as you do that, you want to make sure that you're playing towards your strengths as well.
Are you at a stage yet where you're actually judging and evaluating based on a game this early in the process?
Yeah, I think this is not a development camp, a typical development camp that you'd have in the summertime. This is more of an evaluation camp. It is the starting point for the year for the organization. So we're laying a foundation here for these younger players. It's a tremendous opportunity for them to make an impression and hopefully their spot into main camp.
Jay, are you at liberty to tell us how you're going to use the goalies tomorrow?
Yeah, we're going to sit down as a coaching staff in conjunction with our goalie department, and we'll come up with a game plan. But the good thing is that we got some good guys to pick from, and I'll have more information tomorrow morning on that, Reed.
So kind of all off, you can look at the KHL numbers and they appear quite strong, but there's always that transition. What have you seen from him so far? Does he appear to be adjusting to a different style of game, or what does it look like?
Well, I saw. It's interesting because I bumped into him over the last couple days. Today was his first full team practice with our group. I thought he looked good. I thought he looked composed. He has a professionalism about him. He's a strong athlete, but I saw a calmness and a composure out on the ice today, and not sure which game he'll take the reins in, but I'm excited to see him play when he does.
Hey Jay, we just talked to Tyler Tullio, and he said he likes to mimic his game off of Brad Marchand. I know it's early, but what are some observations from him that you've noticed?
Well, I actually have a frame of reference on Tyler because he was with us for a little bit in Bakersfield last year. So I know him as a hardworking young man, somebody who is a dog on the bone, so to speak, on the ice, and that's his calling card. That's what he. You mentioned Marchand as what he works toward. That's his ideal. I've yet to see Tyler play in a game, so I'm excited to watch him play. But in practice, I see somebody who has a good shot, who works, who competes on every drill, doesn't cut corners, and like I said, I'm excited to see him in some game action.
Good to see you again.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I'm not sure if the mic's on, but I can yell. Dmitry Samorukov, we asked you about him a couple days ago on his development. It seems like he has a little bit of an extra step in the last couple of days. Are you seeing that as well?
Yeah, I think Dima has put a lot of work in to his personal corporation, I would call it, investing in himself. And first of all, it started with recovering from his injury, which he's fully recovered. But he's not only put the therapy work in and the strength work in, but he's also dedicated himself and is growing into his frame. He's maturing into his frame. He's in year 3 of his professional development. His skating looks good. His composure looks good. I'm excited to watch him play in these rookie camp games so that he can build some confidence heading into main camp and with competing against every player in our organization for ice time. So it's a credit to the work that he put in. Dima's a very likable young man. he, like I said, when he came to Edmonton and committed to a summer of investing in his personal corporation, I think it's paying off.
And going into Konovalov again, I'm just worried about the, not worried, but concerned about the dynamic. How does that work when a player doesn't necessarily speak a lot of English and you're trying to communicate things with him? How does that work with the coaching staff and the player?
Well, I think his English is better than maybe he's given credit for, so that's the first thing. I know we have a few Russian players in camp, not only in rookie camp, but in main camp as well. I've gone over to Russia almost 10 summers in a row, I think, and worked with younger players, so I have a understanding of hockey Russian and can get my point across when I need to. So I think, you know, he's an earnest young guy that's in his first experience in North America, and he's surrounded by an organization that's trying to give him every tool for success, and I don't see communication as being an issue with Ilya.
Jay, it looks like you're going to play Lavoie and Bourgault together. What do you like about them on the same line?
I think they're both skilled players. Raf has the size, dimensional size for a forward. He has a great shot. He has a little bit of professional experience under his belt. So this will be a big camp for him to see how he can use that experience in order to make a name for himself in this camp. And I think that starts tomorrow night for him. Bourgault is somebody that I hadn't seen play. I've read about him. I understand where he comes from. But in the first 2 days on the ice, he's impressed me with his level of compete. He does a lot of little subtle things that may go unnoticed by the general public, but little things that coaches appreciate and certainly his teammates appreciate. Just details in his game. He's another guy I'm excited about watching play, and both of those guys are going to be led in the middle by James Hamblin, a local product here who played in Bakersfield last year. And I trust James. I trust his game. I know that he can help both of those young men go through this experience, and that's why that line was put together.
I'm quite sure you're not the one doing the schedule, but how do you like the fact to have a game after 2 days of practice?
Well, it is what it is, and I think it's a great opportunity. You know, as much as you try and put a structure in place and you get these young guys competing against each other in practice, it's nice when you're competing against somebody in a different colored jersey. And, you know, because these guys are together 24 hours a day almost. They're around each other. It's nice when they get to go against somebody from a different organization. And as we all know, the battle between Edmonton and Calgary speaks for itself. So I don't think there'll be any need for extra motivation heading into tomorrow night. It's a division rival. It's a provincial rival. And even though it's only a rookie game, we're taking this game seriously. Good. Thanks, guys.